Hi and welcome, my name is Mads and welcome back to the High Donser region. I've created fake Pokemon since I was 5 years old and I'm on a quest to remake them all. Join me to create more Futurist Wild inspired Pokemon. So if that is something that you like, make sure to like and subscribe. And the first line out is a fascinating one. This tree was created in 2003. My goal was to create the Snow Stalker from the Futurist Wild, with these three as a model. The more I designed it, the more it turned into Yungoos. I actually had another line in my mind before I started with those from 2003. These two from 1998, when I was 5 years old. And you know, the first one, maybe if you squint, could remind you of Yungoos in some sort of way. Well, regardless, I decided to go with them instead. I also decided that the Gricken would be the pre-evolution of the Snow Stalker. Not only do they reference each other, but the Gricken is said to have a mongoose-like appearance. So with that in mind, I went on designing Gracoos. Even early on in my process, you can see that it's based on something else and more become Yungoos and Gumshoos like. Gumshoos is based on a detective or investigator. I'm sure some of you didn't know that. And has a more human-like appearance, which works fine, but that is not the direction I wanted Gracoos to take. I wanted to look more like the Gricken, more animalistic. It's basically just a bigger Yungoos with different type of patterns that looks more almost cat-like. Watch out, here comes Gracoos, the ambush Pokemon. Dark, normal type. Ability, stake out and strong draw. Hidden ability, adaptability. Dex entry. Yungoos got a glimpse into the future, making it evolve into Gracoos. It is a specialized inhabitant of fissures and crevices in the limestone called Graix. It uses the Graix for navigation, for ambushing prey, and for a safe retreat. Gracoos use their long fangs to pierce through its prey. In the case of its shiny, I decided to go with a yellow color, and there are several reasons for this. Its original colors from 1998 had a yellow-green to it, but also because of its evolution, kind of having superhero vibes to it, and its mask kind of looks like a super villain or superhero mask. But it also makes it look a little bit more cat-like. And what do you think about Gracoos? Let me know in the description and like and subscribe while you are there. Because it's time to evolve it, and the best way of doing that would be to give it an Ice Stone. This will actually give you a Stalkerine from Snow Stalker and Wolverine. And yes, it is actually based on the Wolverine, the animal, because the Wolverine evolves into the Snow Stalker in the documentary. But yes, it also draws heavy inspiration from Wolverine, the cartoon character. And admittedly, I was a massive fan of the new movie Deadpool and Wolverine and really wanted to give a tribute to it. In the beginning, I played around with the idea of it being on all fours, but for the sake of the art, I went with it standing on two legs. But just like Gumshoos, who stands on two legs in its art, but when it walks around, it's on all fours, the same applies to Stalkerine here. And the Wolverine pose is just too cool not to do, right? It was important for me to implement the snow aspect of its fur, though I'm not gonna make it an ice type. And there's several reasons for that. I wanted to use it as camouflage, but also not being an ice type makes it so it can be more effective preying on Pokemon that have the ice typing. And yes, both the Wolverine and the Snow Stalker spend significant amount of time in the tundra, but also in the forest away from any snow and ice. And I have said before that I like when Pokemon implies a typing, but I don't have that typing. Run, here comes Stalkerine, the Snow Stalker Pokemon. Dark Steel type. Ability Ice Body and Tough Claws. Hidden ability Adaptability. Dex entry. The furry coat of a Stalkerine is all white, effectively camouflaging it against snow and ice, and it's thick enough to insulate from an extreme cold, waiting for an opportune moment to attack. The attack usually occurs on snowy terrain or during a blizzard. Stockerine are solitary and always hunts alone. They are known for their regenerative ability and their extreme aggressiveness. In the case of its shiny, it's very obvious. It's based on the Wolverine, the comic character, but funny enough it loses its camouflage. You may have noticed that I gave it the ice body ability, and the cool thing about this ability is that it gains health during blizzards or snowstorms, which is great for its fur, who's snow, but also a heavy reference to Wolverine's ability to heal himself. And the animal Wolverine are known for its toughness also. So what do you think about Stockerine? Do you think I did the Snow Stalker justice? Do you think it's cool that I added it to the Yungoos line? Which one of the two is your favorite? Let me know in the description, and once again, like and subscribe for more. Next up is Tree Birds, first created in 2003 and was based on my friend Håkon. Yes, he tends to show up a lot in my videos. Obsession with the short animated movie For the Birds made in 2002 by Pixar. And he often referenced these with specific names and also drew them a lot. The 2005 version is probably more closer to what he used to draw. And this line will eventually end up as the Great Blue Windrider, a beautiful bird that has 4 wings and have evolved from cranes. But first, let's make its pre-evolution. It was very straightforward. I just made a very cute bird, and you could even argue that it's a very unoriginal design. But I wanted to make a blue little bird because this Pokemon has also been blue before. I even made it back in the day in Spore and called it Blue Speed Pursk. And of course, by making it blue, it's also the colors of the Pixar birds. I also found this little blue bird that lives mostly in mountainous areas, so it was perfect. Pursk, the blue bird Pokemon, flying fairy type. Ability Super Luck and Cute Charm. Hidden ability Gale Wings. Dex entry. Pursk is known for its cuteness and their puffy feathers. They may not be strong alone, however, when within a group, they can be brutal creatures. They prefer to roost in high places, therefore, they are found in large numbers in the mountains. And of course, its shiny is the original colors, the orangey yellows. And if I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably like the orange one more. What do you think? Let's evolve it. This happens at level 25 and will give you Trusk. Now, as I always say, there's always this one Pokemon that are difficult to create for some reason. And in this case, it was Trusk. Admittedly, I was a little bit afraid that this line would look a little bit too much like the Sodok line, which are my water starter Pokemon. And for that reason, it was almost scrapped. But I just had to play around with its design more. I actually started out making a caricature of my friend Håkon in bird form. It was cool and all, but didn't really look like a Pokemon. It took some inspiration from cranes, but a lot from herons. And of course the large bird from the Pixar movie, which is an ambiguous bird. I had to remind myself what I wanted this line to represent. And I want them to be basically in the air the whole time, since that is what the Great Windrunner does. So I ended up somewhere in between, a mixture of all the things I just said. And it kind of reminds me of Togetic, which I'm very happy about. Here comes Trusk, the blue heron Pokemon. Flying fairy type. Ability Windrider and Static. Hidden ability Gale Wings. Dex entry. Trusk are known for their ability to make traps and catch prey. Despite its seemingly high intelligence, they are known to find themselves in ridiculous situations. Trusk usually inhabit lakes on or around mountains. In order to find a mate, they stretch their necks and puff out their feathers. And of course, once again, its shiny is based on its original colors. The reason for its static ability is because of the movie again. Of course, the big bird doesn't get fried. It's the small ones that does that, but I thought it would be fun. And in addition to that, puffy hair is also known to be static. So that's another reference right there. What do you think about Trusk? Let's evolve it. Which it will do if we reach level 45. Into Serpjusk. Yes, not a very imaginary name, but I really like its original name because my friend said it a lot. And I had a pretty strong vision for it. I wanted to be like this typical fairy, beautiful Pokemon, but also naturally include a crown in its design. The many wings was admittedly a little bit difficult because it looked unnatural. But after a few try, yeah, I got there. And I think I did a good job making it look different enough from the water starters, because that was something I was so afraid of that I actually had put them already into my other upcoming region. But I think I did a good job. Yes, I have a lot of birds in my region. I've always liked birds. So it's once again me bringing my childhoodness forward and be like, yeah, there is a lot of birds here. It's fine. Make way for Serpjusk, the blue Windrunner Pokemon. Flying Fairy type. Ability Wind Rider and Co-Star. Hidden ability Airlock. Dex entry. Serpjusk lives primarily in the sky. They only land to hatch and incubate their eggs. They live monogamous relationships, supporting each other throughout their whole lives. Its legs are also used as wings, giving it in total of 6. They are seen as beauty icons. And once again, it's shiny, it's its original colors. Nice and orange. I like its design a lot, and I hope you do too. And yes, I gave it Airlock. Over the last generations, more and more normal Pokemon have gotten legendary abilities. So hey, why not? Do you think I did the blue Windrunner justice? Let me know in the description below. And while you are there, why don't you tell me which one is the favorite Pokemon from this video? In my case, I definitely think it's Serpjusk. I just have a lot of nostalgia for it, and I've always liked the blue Windrunner. And as usual, here's a hint to an upcoming video. And if you like this video, well then you definitely have to check out the previous Future is Wild videos. But I also recommend that you watch this video, where I make camping Pokemon, which will be a big feature in my region. Check out my social media, like and subscribe, and with that, thank you so much for watching, and let's remake them all in the next video. Mads out.